Hello guys, this is Jalen here from Blue Angels Gaming, and today COC Guru and I got together. He joined up with my clan and we had a best of 5 tournament, if you say, with friendly challenges. So the idea of this was kind of just to collaborate with another YouTuber. He is the #1 YouTuber in the country of India for Clash of Clans content, so it was a real pleasure to be able to get with him, just kind of talk and chat while also having a little bit of fun by doing a best of 5 challenge. So it was pretty unique in the fact that we both decided to go with Bow Witch armies for the armies that we used in the first round. So here he is going in on my base for the first round best of 5, and he goes in with a pretty aggressive queen walk with the warden and some healers to protect those 2 heroes. So he lets the heroes get a pretty good chunk out of the base there at the 6 o'clock position, takes out that X-Bow, gonna get the clan castle. It's already taken out the clan castle troops, 16% of the base, and it's given a pretty nice funnel there on that corner. But the only thing that did kind of hurt him is he didn't really have another corner that he did funnel to get those troops to go inside. He created the funnel on that corner, but whenever he sent these troops in with that wall wrecker, he was able to get inside, but then they kind of didn't really have a way to go straight to the middle because that 9 o'clock position wasn't cleared for that half of the funnel. So the wall wrecker does target that inside compartment, but the single inferno quickly destroys it as soon as it gets to that wall. And then the multi-inferno targets those few bowlers that do get to the town hall, and that sweet Giga Tesla is able to take out the few troops that do get into the core. So at this point he does have his queen left, which is about to go down now, and that's pretty much the first attack. I was pretty successful in that defense, and once again this was just for fun, so it's kind of anything to me is competitive, but it was supposed to be for fun. So at that rate I was trying to be serious but also keep it at a friendly competitive level. So here is my first attack in the first round. I go in with 2 dragons to create a funnel. My dragon below 9 o'clock did pretty good. It was able to take out those few buildings to clear that side of the funnel. The funnel up at the top did pretty good. There's a couple buildings there that the troops still could path to, but here it does take out the mortar, so that helped to give it a little bit of a gap and to prevent the troops from going around. The wall wrecker does get to the core through the first 2 layers of walls, and at this point all of my troops, every single one of my troops except for those couple bowlers, get into the core. I take out the infernos in just a couple seconds, use my warden ability to prevent from the eagle doing some crazy damage to my bowlers, and it's looking pretty good at this point. Most of my troops are in that core rage. They're getting out of it now. One thing that was really nice is my king kind of led the way. You saw there just another giant bomb. It deployed 2 if not more giant bombs and protected the bowlers from making those pop out and hit them. So that was really key. Here both of my heroes are still alive. My king is about to go down even though it is in the heal spell. So he actually is able to get out of range of that cannon and stay alive. All of these bowlers and witches are still left, and at this point I could probably be pretty comfortable saying that 90% of my troops are still left. Every single one of my heroes is still left, and even though my king doesn't have very much health remaining, he is still alive, and this is going to be a really overkill attack right here. So this was fun. No bragging going on here. It's just it's always more fun whenever you're successful in whatever you do. So this ended up with a 3-star. Definitely not a max Town Hall 12, but it's still cool to get those 3 stars against Town Hall 12s. So here we go in round 2. He is going in with another Bow Witch attack starting at 6 o'clock. His queen walk begins and the Tesla does target it, but he takes it out with a few archers. He likes to use the warden with his queen walk, something that I kind of stay away from. Some clashers like it, some clashers don't. I do like it just to, or I don't like it just because sometimes the healers can untarget the queen and go to the warden, and to me the queen walk is much more important than having that warden in there when it can maybe take the healers off of the queen. So I don't like to do it, but he was pretty good with it. I didn't really notice it ever messing up his queen walks, even though right here the single Inferno really targets the queen. He has to use the warden ability to protect her, so at this point he's already used the warden ability. My giant bomb did a little bit of damage there, not a whole lot. He does take out my town hall, but the way my base is designed is if you go in from this way, you're going to get the town hall, but it's very hard to get that percentage for the 3-star or even a really high 2-star. So here he has quite a bit of his bowlers left. He is getting kind of tanked right here, and whenever you get into these compartments, it's very hard to keep your troops alive. I have a lot of splash damage going on here. Those two whiz towers destroying a lot of those bowlers. Both of my Infernos are targeted right now, and it's looking pretty good for me. The single Inferno takes out the queen, and now it's just a few bowlers left, which are about to get ate up by this whiz tower. So this was a pretty good defense for myself. I was happy with it, and he did pull away with the 2-star, but hopefully I can get more than that in the last half of round 2. So I did take out the win in round 1. So here is the home team going in round 2. So I'm going to go with the same army as before. I looked at the base, and there were no area defenses on the outside, so it looked like I could do a pretty good funnel. I actually didn't even need both drags, but I figured I might as well keep them just for a little bit bigger of a funnel down around 3. The queen walk does very good here, takes out that air defense, and before she gets to where I have to use her ability, I send in that wall wrecker to get through those walls and to also take the attention off of my queen walk. And at this point, I know that most of my troops are going to go inside if I go ahead and send them in, so I send those in. And the other thing that's really nice about funneling with dragons is if one of them's still alive, whenever the eagle detects troops, it will target the dragon 9 out of 10 times. So at that point, I would much rather it target the dragons than my bowlers. So I used my warden ability there whenever the eagle was about to hit the bowlers. It's going to get off 3 more hits before I can take it out, possibly 1 more round, I'm not real sure. Yeah, it is going to get off another round here, but I still have a ton of troops left. They're all in the rages right here, and at this point I still have a hill and a rage left. There is a giant bomb, but again in this attack my king did a very nice job leading the way and detonating a lot of those giant bombs, so they didn't hit my, and there is another one, they didn't hit my bowlers, which is a very key strategy in 3-starring these higher town halls with Bow Witch. So this was another 3 stars, so in the first 2 rounds I did come out with 2 3-stars and took the advantage 2-0. So since the best of 5 is basically the first 1 to 3 wins, all I have to do is win 1 more round. So here is the 3rd round. He's going to go ahead and start it off. These bases, the anti-3 base is my main base, but I wanted to give him a little bit of a chance with some other bases. So since he was using Bow Witch, personally I like to attack ring bases, the old style base with bowlers, so kind of gave him a chance there. So he again went in with a queen and warden walk around 6 o'clock. Put down his wall breakers, which I was just waiting for a bomb to go off right there. I thought that I had a bomb to prevent the wall wreckers from getting in. This base is kind of designed like that, so you can tell those little bitty compartments where there's just 1 layer of walls. In most of those compartments I do have a mini bomb to where they'll kill the wall wreckers, but I guess I didn't around 6. So the archer queen is doing her job. She creates a nice funnel at 6. He gets lucky there with her going back inside and getting out these last few buildings to create the funnel on this portion of the base. The only thing that I could recommend to him if I was grading his attack would just be to use a few more troops, or maybe less troops in this side of the funnel and take them to another side funnel. So I find it very useful to create 2-sided funnels rather than just one, because whenever you create one, you are going to get them to go one way or the other, but to prevent them from going all the way around, it's very hard whenever you don't use 2 funnels. So Here he places those, and obviously, like I said, they're not going to go to the left because he has created a funnel on that side. But see, they're going to go right, and they're going to go around the base because there wasn't a funnel created on that portion of the base. But anyhow, several troops do go inside, and he's doing some damage there. A giant bomb goes off. Most of the troops were protected with those healers, and now this is an older base, so I don't have either one of my Infernos set to single, but the troops are doing quite a bit of damage there in the core. But with the healers and I believe a heal spell is placed to kind of counteract those Infernos. But they do get the job done with double penetration at once with both of those. And this attack is about to wrap up, and I have my goal to around 60% 2-star to take home the victory with this round 3 win. So that's what it's looking like. I'm gonna have to get around 60% He ends up with 56, so as long as I get a 2-star above 56%, we will be good. So here we go. The last round, I go ahead and use the same army comp. I used the 2 dragons at 3 and 6. Neither one was targeted by air defenses, so that's kind of why I went in this direction. I wanted to go in this direction between 3 and 6 just because I found it as being the closest way to the Eagle artillery as possible. So that's why I chose to go in here. I was able to create a decent funnel into the second layer of walls anyways. I was able to get all the troops to go in the first compartment, but one of the problems was the dragons didn't quite do their job on that second compartment. So the bowlers could have went around, but I got kind of lucky. They kind of funneled themselves and prevented them from all going around. And if you've watched any of my past videos, I always say with Bow Witch attacks, it's kind of beneficial for some of the troops to go around as long as you have enough to go core to take out the core. So that kind of is what happened in this attack. I had enough troops to, like you see, clear out the core, but I also had enough troops go around to where it really aided me in getting the 3 stars. So while this attack's finishing up, I'll just go ahead and say thank you, COC Guru, for giving me this opportunity to do a collab. I really I had some fun, and I would definitely love to do this with any of you YouTubers that would be interested, or even if you're just watching this and would like to do some friendly challenges, let me know. Join my Discord in the description, and we can chat if you guys have any ideas on upcoming videos that you would like to see from me. I am trying to get back into giving you guys some attack strategy videos. I actually have one underway being made right now. I have the content for it, I just have to make it. A couple base layouts coming your way as well, hopefully in the next week or so. And also this week is the beginning week for AWL, so that will be coming your way. So if you guys did enjoy this, let me know, like the video, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for the recent activeness of you subscribers. You guys have been great, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Took home the victory 3-0, and peace out, guys.